everybody! Hello! Hello. Oop, let's pause that and let's turn the game music on. Audible. Okay. And we'll switch over real quick. Hello, everyone! Happy Sunday. Hope y'all are having a good weekend. Let me just get myself set up here. There we go. Cool. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back to the continuation of our courtroom drama. Let's see. We finished our investigation, so now it is time to do the trial. And this is with Mastermask, a super thief. We're not sure. Is actually the thief here. Hey, 21 Snicks, welcome back. Yeah, we don't know if he's the actual thief. So, that's gonna be something. He's also our client, so this will be interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and boot ourselves up here. Let's see. And for how long we're gonna go today? We're gonna at least finish the trial. And then, I don't know. We'll see. October 13th, 9:36 a.m. Who the heck is the prosecutor here? Oh yeah, I forgot to think about that. I don't know. What's his name? Godot? Godot? I don't know. Those T's are usually silent when they're at the end, right? Especially European names. Anyway, 9:36 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Hey, Nick. What is it? Something wrong? Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out the Mastermask glossy I bought. Why is there merchandise of a super thief? Bought this? Where?
From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale.
Oh, that's reassuring. Now I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. Mastermask publicity photo stuck into the court record. A shot of Mastermask striking a pose. Hold on. I want to look at this first. That's probably our client. Who, I forgot what the voices... I should have looked at my VoD real quick before this, because I forgot what voices we were doing. But anyway, it's fine. That is a very glamorous photo of our Mastermask. Well, that's flashy. That's a thing. Okay. Come on! I'm guilty! Throw the book at me!
Who's screaming like that?
Oh, Mr. Wright! You made it! Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you. Because I did it! I'm the criminal! Me! Is that it again? I sent the calling card, Lordly Taylor! I mean it! But you don't have the secret urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally when I say of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you... Yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure they give me a guilty verdict, please! Oh, okay. What do we want to do for Desiree? I wasn't really sure on it last time, and I'm still not super sure.
Ah, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie.
Oh, Desiree, honey! Bonjour! Oh, wait, are they actually French? Maybe we should be doing French accent for them. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, they're super French.
Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. You see, actually, let's see if it's me.
He's like, keeps drifting off like that. He's so weird. It's funny because I got stuck on French with Francesca at first, and now I can't remember how to do it.
Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent.
If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So, why are you smiling when you say that?
Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck.
No, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is Mastermask or not. But there's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. Oh yeah, they stole our urn! What the hell? What a weird thing to steal. Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. October 13th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 6. That's an interesting visor. Staring at the prosecutor. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Alright, he's scruffy. He's got eye lasers? I don't know. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to? Why does everyone in this game have amazing hair? That's a good question. Oh, crap. Okay, we gotta think about a voice. Alright, what do we think a laser eye man sounds like? Let's see. I don't want to do the edgy voice for him. Let's see. I don't know. I don't even know what kind of accent this guy would have. Oh well, let's just, We didn't get a sneak peek at him before, so it's like, I don't know. What a stupid question. What did you say? Fine. Let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? No, I'm not! I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Okay. Who are you? I'm Godo, legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. What is with these weirdo prosecutors obsessing over their perfect records?
He's the one that Detective Atme was talking about.
Is he like Von Karma? That's a good question. Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far? Ha, none. What? He hasn't lost a case because he hasn't done any trials? Is that where we're going with this? Is that what just happened here? What did you say? I've never prosecuted a case before. Never? But you said you've never lost before. Exactly. I've never lost. Never won before either. What does this mean? Hey, the music's pretty good though, to be fair. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's still pretty good. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begins their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but Mask? In a court of law? Ha! Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts. Damn! This dude's waxing philosophical at us. Oh, Judge, don't fall for it!
This guy's the real deal, alright, Nick.
Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So, we finally meet Mr. Phoenix Wright. Hey!
Nick, is he a friend of yours?
No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man? I returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. What? Well then, Prosecutor Gobo. It's not Gobo. It's Godo, Your Honor. In any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. Okay. I have only one thing I say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. What is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? Yeah? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two. Well then, let's hear from the first witness. That was a weird interaction. Oh, hey, Gumshoe. My name is... No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know, that's all. Start talking and listening. Yes, sir. Alright, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir. Poor Gumshoe didn't even get to give his name this time. I feel bad for him. Mastermask crimes. Mastermask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card on to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Mastermask, sir. It fits his MO to a T. So weird when it's not a murder case. Yeah, that's pretty strange. This is the first time we're not doing a somebody got killed case. Well, I do want our urn back. So then the actual identity of this Mastermask is... Mr. Godo, what are you? Where the hell did that coffee cup come from? Coffee mug. Where did that come from? We're in the middle of the trial here, Mr. Godo. Blacker than a moonless night. Hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. Alright. Sure, you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed. Very well. It's only coffee, after all. What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial? Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, Nick, what are you gonna do?
As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity. All we can do is show that it wasn't Mastermask who stole the urn. Oh, sorry. We already read that. Alright, question. We're gonna press him on everything. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? Yep, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true, I'm a VoD, author on thieves. Is he trying to copy at me?
An author? He's written books about thieves?
I think he probably meant to say authority. Oh, Gumshoe. The fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal. It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. Let's press him harder. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh? You got it, pal. Except maybe for the thief's mom, that is. But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police? You don't mean Detective Zvari, do you? No, Atme. His name's Atme. Who is this person? Zvari? He sounds German. His name is Luke Atme, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him. I guess he's not all that famous after all. Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole. Oh, I see. Seems you're not the expert you claim to be. It looks like the thief is toying with me even now! So confident that he'll send his calling card. Have you seen all these so-called calling cards? Of course I have, except the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred.
That's because Detective Atney stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police.
Is the calling card that Lord Lee Taylor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature. We're not releasing that information to the general public. White on... Alright, white, and then black. White on the left. White, left, black, right. Okay, okay. Yeah, checks out. Okay. But you're absolutely certain that this card is real? I'm sure you can't say it out loud, but he's talking about Mastermask emblem. Fifth heist, and he sent the card to Lord Taylor, yes. His fifth heist? And your fifth screw-up, huh? Objection, pal! That ain't fair! Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times! But this last time wasn't my fault! I didn't know about the calling card this time! You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Yep, be nice to Gumshoe. Call your local police right away, got me?
Wow, looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atney.
Poor Gumshoe. Precious art pieces. Art pieces? Like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous Tear of Emanon. What's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop? Judge. No, sir, it's a blue diamond. Single rare diamond. Next was the Crown of Bangora. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was Left Hand of Hades, and then Portrait of Megina, sir. Detective Atney retrieved the Portrait of Megina and returned it to the museum. And the target of his 5th and last robbery was the Sacred Urn, right? But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assume he must have been some underworld connections.
Somehow Mr. Delight doesn't look like the type.
He's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. Fits his MO to a T. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T? I was thinking of asking the same thing myself. I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. And there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi. And so, since this robbery seems to fit all those conditions... That's right! It means the Mastermask is behind it.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it was Mastermask who stole the urn.
But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is Mastermask.
But...
Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself.
So even though we know it was Mastermask that did it...
Maybe for the time being I should try to show it wasn't Mastermask that did it. This isn't an art piece, though. That's what I'm kind of thinking here. Supposedly priceless, but has no monetary value. Yeah, let's go with this. Alright. Here we go. Objection! Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean?
Nick, how could you say such a terrible thing?
No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price. Well, Prosecutor Gutto, what is the value of that urn? The The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So, in other words, it was not the kind of item that Mastermask would normally go after. Ah! If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the secret urn was not the work of Mastermask. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction, the argument itself, but... Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mastermask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godo? There's coffee here. It's my own special blend. I call it Godo number 107. Okay. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. It's the only thing I've got in my mind right now, Mr. Trite. What? Is coffee just this dude's thing? What? You're really a man. You should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. He's super odd. You're saying it wasn't Mastermask that stole the urn. Then it must be someone imitating Mastermask's methods. A fake. A fake Mastermask? Fake Damask. Oh.
Fake mask? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it.
Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake. Though I don't approve of Mr. Godo's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting. Ooh, looks like I'm gonna have to prove it. I need to prove that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact fake Damask. Damask. No, I don't think that's it. Photo of the storeroom entrance? Oh, maybe the photo. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think the photo is missing stuff in comparison to, yeah, the big-ass face button in the middle is not there on the storeroom photo. Like, why would that be gone? That's kind of weird. Well, I don't know if this is the right thing, but we're gonna try it. Take that! This proof is right here. This looks like a photo taken by a security camera. But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Ha! Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us just what about this is so peculiar. The big button's missing. Take that! It's right here, of course. You mean Mastermask? I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at.
Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning?
Problem I have with the security photo is the brooch on Damask's chest. A breach? Here? Bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once. What? Brooch, Your Honor. It's a class for holding one's cape on. Does he have a ride in on a horse? Why does he have a steed? That's kind of weird, right? Judge, please. A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now. But the Mastermask in the security camera photo. Ah, he has no brooch. That brooch is the same as the emblem on Mastermask's calling card and serves as his symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Mastermask is a fake. I've been fooled again! No, Gumshoe. Order! It's true! Undeniably true! Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how. Hey, now. If you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too. Mr. Godo, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? Ha, the brooch you're talking about. Do you mean this? Ah! That's Mastermask brooch? Where did you find it? Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Not exactly a Buddha. Buddha statue? It must mean the Ami face statue. Why didn't you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. Are you allowed to do that? I feel like he's not allowed to do that.
This guy's one cool customer.
Maya steals evidence too? You know what? That's fair. She does. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there, too. What? Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Rhonda Light's fingerprints. That's a weird way to describe somebody's fingerprints, my dude. What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Godo, let's see that brooch. I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her. This dude's a weirdo. It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back. Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. The mask brooch added to the court record found in the shadow of Ami-Fae's statue looks like it was torn off of some clothing. Ha! You mess with Godo. You get burned. I'm sorry, what? What? Yeah, he's been playing me like a violin. Oh, violin. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet! You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough. That doesn't sound good at all! Is he gonna throw his coffee at Phoenix? Man, I hope not. Hot coffee hurts, man. Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom. Finally, time for the Ace Detective to make his appearance, huh? Oh yeah, I forgot he was calling himself an Ace Detective. 1 second is 1 drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up. Shh! Silence! Now I see! It's all becoming clear! What's clear? Zvadi! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that! Am I correct? Well, that's right. Ha, not bad. Not bad at all. Why are all the characters in this game so weird sometimes? You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Thought Atme was weird, but then Godo showed up. Yeah, this guy is pretty weird. We've definitely got some characters in this game. Well, Sir Persecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atme, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens. Boy, these two make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off. I've heard that on the night of the crime you were alone on security detail. You have heard correctly. My specialty-made monocle is worth more than 100 detective gumshoes. It's a specialty-made monocle, but it's just a magnifying glass stuck on his face. Not the only one who sees that, right? If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is. Why is this guy all by himself, anyway? There must have been some reason. I'm sure of it. Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed. Stop roasting Gumshoe? Yeah, poor Gumshoe. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Mastermask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. So, you didn't get a clear look at the criminal? My specialty-made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural. I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening. Wait, sir, old-timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but the king of thieves, the great Mastermask, my arch enemy. That is why my instincts and my years of experience tell me. Oh, sorry, what? What, my instincts? Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Alright, 1 o'clock in the morning. So that would be 1 o'clock in the morning of the 12th, correct? That's an impressive deduction, sir lawyer. You were on security duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time? Ah, penetrating question! I was in the basement warehouse, near the computer. Near the computer, huh? So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it? Up to this point, I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief. Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too.
Gumshoe also said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before.
Precisely! That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. Looks like the thief was the one applying pressure on your pigeony head, that is. In any case... Alright, Mastermask showed up, okay. Dancingly descended? From where exactly? Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else? So, in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. Even he has great hair? Yeah, I mean, the hair is pretty good. He's a weirdo, but the hair is cool. So, how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My
eyes were looking for the shadow, while my ears listened for its footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes. I hereby W a stunts. Alright, coward struck a fierce blow to his head. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened? Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask. That's all I can recall. That's not a very solid as far as testimony goes. However, fortunately I had my third monocle, the security camera at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe. Well, as long as this photo's authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godo, do you have a problem with the photo? Good. Then let's continue with the testimony. He didn't say shit, all he did was drink coffee. Alright, darkness swallowed him before he could land a strike. Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing. That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Well, sir lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Huh? Well, actually, yes, by a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I was knocked out.
And you lost your memory, too.
Right, that was the time we forgot we were a lawyer. You see, you have no right to look down on me, then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with. I don't know about that one, buddy. We have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed. In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless. And then... use the emergency phone to notify the police. Alright, let's press that. About this 30 minutes. My silver cord was loosened and my soul led to the golden halls of Elysium.
As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying.
I think he's saying he was out cold. So, what happened during these 30 minutes? No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the aether. Just, what is he going on about?
Something suspicious about Detective Atme. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in?
Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence.
Huh? Which piece?
The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? Oh yeah, they did fight! Okay, hold on. Descend upon a fierce blow to his noble head before he could land a single strike. Didn't we just get the button that said... Yeah, we just got the button saying that there was some kind of struggle. And you didn't see him when he came in. Move the night of the crime. No monetary value. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, because they were just saying that this was torn off clothing, probably in a fight, so... Alright, let's give this a go. Objection! Mr. Atme, could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? Ah! This belongs to my criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Mastermask! It is, in point of fact, Mastermask brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Ha! Elementally, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off? Ha! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atme. Ugh. Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So why did you lie in your testimony to the court? Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime. No, wait a second, Sir Oldtimer. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. Yeah, be nice. Well, I don't know. Judge is a little special, so I don't know. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. Jeez. The true measure of a man is in the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. False testimony is a crime. Everyone in this game is a criminal. Yep. That's what I was thinking.
Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right?
You talk too much. Hush, Maya. Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought? Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor. Excuse me? Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. Look at me, agree completely. Fight with the thief, okay. This trial has been weird so far. Like, the flow of it is kind of different than usual. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Luke Acme cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed the weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. That's his third cup of coffee? Damn. This dude's gonna be jittery as fuck. True, gentleman fight only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote. Alright, so in the end, did you catch a glimpse of Mastermask? Correct! It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a bit tad jumbled, so to speak. Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case. Judge! That can't be good. Fight with the thief. Okay. Alright. Looked away from the door for a brief moment. So, why did you look away from the door anyway? In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course. So, you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer? What should I do? Should I ask some more questions? Let's ask about the sensor. What kind of sensors are you talking about? There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioner ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. Why is there a cat door in the basement? That's super weird. I hooked up the heat detecting, infrared, and ultraviolet sensors to each of them. That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours? Lordly Taylor department store was kind enough to provide some monitoring hardware. Naturally, security cameras that took the photo belongs to them as well. In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh? Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer? Can't be so easily discombobulated. What does that mean? Discombobulated? Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean. Sorry. But, what exactly does it mean anyway? Now I've forgotten. What was I saying? Judge! Jeez, it's better than the old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony. I didn't clear up anything. That was just weird. Rendered him senseless. What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, the thief had no idea that I, Duke Atme, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch? Correct! Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he is talking about the Shita. So, the thief armed himself with a sword, and what about you yourself, witness? Fights only with his own fists. You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course! In college, I was the second in charge of the boxing club. I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive. However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mastermask. This guy's a real piece of work. First blow struck 2, and then that's all she wrote. Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious. Powericious? I assume the Atme fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. So of course was a checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? What do you mean he was blinded? So what was this flash of light that blinded you? I was bathed in a golden light. It seemed to come from the statue of a woman. Statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing.
Well, that wasn't very much help at all. Well, what do you think, Nick?
Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now.
Yeah? What is it?
This Luke Atme guy, he's definitely hiding something.
But why?
I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. Okay, we didn't ask about the computer. We asked only about the sensor, so let's do that. I totally forgot we were asking other questions. Alright, we read this part already. Alarm on something had gone off, so we checked the computer. Ask about the computer. Alright. So, did the computer belong to Lordly Taylor as well? Correct! Well, except for the programs that manages the data. So it's especially designed by me, Luke Atme. In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data. What's wrong, sir lawyer? You're not enough. I'm gonna ask here about... Alright, what's the Atme fighting stance? What is this Atme fighting style? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. That's it? That's the Atme fighting style? Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony? That was important, because, how did he get hit in the back of the head if his back was to the wall? Of course it was important. We've learned a detective's secret technique, after all. Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night. Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out. Now then, witness, we'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony.
mostly hit in the back of the head, though. Yeah, back of the head. Alright, let's press it first. Where's this third eye you're talking about? Oh, it is right between my right and left eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened. You may call it a forehead if you like. Why did you just say that in the first place? Say, lawyer, it looks like the creases on your own forehead are getting deeper. So, Atme got hit on the forehead then? That's what he says. I've got a funny feeling about that. Actually, so do I. Well, what do you think, Nick? Yep, we read this already. Hiding shit. Alright, let's, we're gonna let's present the Shito. Hit upon your third eye, eh? Ready? Objection! Detective Atme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. That fun is this, dear lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here. From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. Seems I've made another mistake. Detective Atme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example... Many mistakes, Atme! Welcome back, Dr. Lupin. Many mistakes. The very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong.
Objection!
Whoa, that's his voice. To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate, and yes, they even make mistakes. Hey, hold on! It's not as pretty as that! Really? What is it like then? That Jepson's even deeper than Von Karma's? I have to hear it again. Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. How many rules do you have, dude? This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting? Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that... Mr. Atme is Mastermask. Taking your posture break from Inktober to say... Your mask husbando? Aww. Mr. Atme is Mastermask! The answer's simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme's true identity is actually Mastermask. Yeah! Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. Been waiting for Godot. Fair. And then, in his last case, he managed to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a...
Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are, in fact, Mastermask. But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows Mastermask. This security camera belongs to the Lordly Taylor department store. You shouldn't have been able to manipulate it. Actually, he made this offer, so he didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn. So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief! Is this true, witness? Huh. The Master Mo is pure genius, and so am I, Luke the Atme, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, Sir Lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it? Nick, now's your chance. Yes, yeah, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. This case is weird. Detective Atme, when you assume the thief's identity... What? You threw the coffee at me! Ow! I'm deeply offended by this. Clock, don't victory music me right now. It's bad timing. Oh my god. Goto blend number 102. My personal favorite. Yeah, that's hot coffee, man. Oh my god, his eyes, Phoenix's face. Mr. Goto! The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Goto! Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt. Mr. Trite. Why do you keep calling me Trite? That's weird. This detective really is the thief, and shows the proof of your claim. But it better be as hot, and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Are we okay? Do we have like 3rd-degree burns or anything? Because coffee can get pretty damn hot. That is scalding hot. Yeah, I have some concerns. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. But I'm burning. Court would like to see this decisive proof you have. Quickly. Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? Are you alright, Nick? No. Abby looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. Can I really do it? Decisive evidence that proves that Mr. Atme is in fact Mastermask. Uh-oh. I don't know if we have anything like that. Could it be this? Only once. Wright's most important skill is withstanding fatal damage? Yeah, apparently so. Send the calling card. Save real quick. Shall we bullshit? The man survived Francesca, convinced he isn't hurt by anything. Fair, very fair. As usual, the defense comes prepared, Your Honor. Do we, though, or are we just making shit up? Very well, then. Let's see what you've got. Please present proof that Mastermask is actually Luke Atme. Wanna try the calling card? Because not a lot of people know about the calling card, right? That's the only thing I can think of. let's try it. Here's your proof. What do you think, Mr. Godo? Looks to me like Mr. Wright is still a mite sleepy. Perhaps he'd like a big mug of my special Godo blend. Well? No thanks, I'm fine. Really? Oops. I don't think we have proof then. When I do another mistake like that, it's going through. Without some decisive evidence, I could be risking everything. I don't have anything. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Ha! Just what I thought. Man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get, after all. Ugh. I don't have anything, though! Unless I do, and I'm just not seeing it, but I don't think we do. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy's the thief.
Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again.
It's no good. I'm just not ready yet.
But are you gonna just give up and let us lose this?
So, you've come to your senses, have you, sir lawyer? I can't think of a counterattack at all. It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godo, if you have anything further to add, then... Who? Who are you? I don't really want to give her a French accent, even though the way that they were talking makes it sound like she has a French accent. It just doesn't seem like it fits her biker girl personality, so. Alright. Let me think.
That doesn't really matter right now, does it?
Mr. Light, what are you doing here?
Nicky boy! Thing you've been looking for. I think I found it.
You mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well?
That's...
Sacred urn! Nick, it's the urn!
Why is there pink shit all over it? And it's spelled right now. Order! 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 You, madam! Yeah, it's apparently fixed, which is weird. That urn! Where did you find it?
You'll never believe it! It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke Atme.
Come back at a critical moment? Yes, you did.
Oh, Desi, you're the best!
Sacred urn updated in the court record. Found in the office of Luke Atme has pink splotches all over it. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? That is super sus. Even you are gonna have a hard time weaseling out of this one.
Objection!
Ha! Pathetic. Mr. Godo? Do you have something you wish to say? Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad. You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved? Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight, is that correct?
Yes, what about it?
Ha! How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring.
What are you insinuating?
Nope, that doesn't feel right either. I don't know. As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere. Cup number 4? Damn. Including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? Desire? Wait, hold on. Yeah, that was that really funny pronunciation from that other game we were playing, and now I can't remember what it is anymore. 5th if you count the one he threw at Phoenix. Yeah. That game had really funky pronunciations. That was a fun game too. Desiree, yeah, that's right. That's what it was. Certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it.
What? I just bought it here from the detective's office.
Please, madam, this town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to.
You're wrong! I would never do such a thing!
Mr. Light!
Please, Nicky boy! You've gotta help me talk some sense into these people!
There must be some way. I've gotta prove that urn was actually in the At-Me Detective Agency. Justify what I saw, show fingerprints on the urn. They're not gonna believe me, will they? Because we did see something. We saw him with that bag at the agency. But the fingerprints could have been gotten on there at any time. Let's see if we can testify. What's wrong? Isn't it your job to come up with something to say?
Nick, come on, it should be easy to prove. After all, we checked out that bag, didn't we?
You're right, I remember doing that. Whatever was in there, it was hard and round and smooth, too.
Yes, it must have been the urn, it must have.
You think At-Me will try to weasel out of that? Yeah, probably. But I never actually saw it with my own eyes. At-Me walked in just when I was about to have a look at it. So even if it was the urn in there, I can't testify that it was.
You're right.
Ha! Looks like I was wrong about you, Mr. Trite. In this town overflowing with lies, there's still a single flickering candle of truth.
Nicky boy!
Well, it's true that I never actually saw the urn, but maybe I can still testify about it from another angle? The way he described what he felt in that bag... yeah, that was kind of funny. What about it, Mr. Wright? Have you given up yet? There must be some way. I gotta prove that urn was actually in the At-Me Detective Agency. Fingerprints? I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come on now. Now you're really making me laugh, sir lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So, unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you gonna do now?
Come too far to turn back now. At-Me must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Uh-oh. Okay. So if he brought it back yesterday... I forgot Larry was in this case. Oh yeah, mine. Ours should be on it, because we touched it. We molested something in that bag. It was... oops. It was I, Phoenix! So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. At-Me, do you recall the events of yesterday?
Hey Nick, come on, open it up.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't just open his private property.
Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there?
Hang on a sec, I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there! It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I didn't touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Well, that was just... touchy. Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atmy's office.
Objection!
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does. What did you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency. Ha! This blend. Goto blend number 107. I've decided. It's a little too bitter after all. Did we just fizzle his visor? This dude's steaming. Order! 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 I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and... Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. What are you saying? That visor's gonna explode, yeah, maybe. Yes, I've finally broken him down! Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. What? Look at his face. This is the face of a crazy man. He is deranged. Look at that twitch. Here I am, the tragic clown. This guy's nuttier than a fruitcake. You see? It was me all along! I am the one and only Mastermask! Why does he look so unhinged about this? Ha! I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. Well, Mr. Goto, what is Mr. Atmy's condition? He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. Wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be. Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief! Nick, you were right after all. Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief. I don't know, there's something about this that's still really weird because we have two people insisting really, really hard that they are both Mastermask. Like, why was Ron doing it? Why does Ron have all that stuff? Except for the fact that maybe he's a delusional fanboy. I don't know. It's weird. And that look that Atme had was also really weird, so something sus going on here. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight. He's gonna scream, isn't he? That's probably wrong. Yep. You're wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say. No, he's not. This can't be happening. You knew it was gonna happen because he's very insistent. The thief! The sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures! It's me! It's him!
I'm him! I'm the one you want! I'm the thief, I tell you! So do it! Pronounce me guilty! Please!
I don't know what kind of a kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
The true identity of the thief has already been proven! Please hurry and pass What are you talking about? I already confessed! I'm the thief, I tell you!
Might be the thief, but you didn't have the urn. Mr. Godo, don't just stand there drinking coffee. Hey there, Mr. Thief.
Yes, sir!
You're really a man. Clean up your own mess.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean.
If you're Mastermask, then prove it. That's what it means.
Yes, sir! I'll be happy to. He says he'll be happy to, Nick.
Kinda cute, he's 100% committed to his fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. Boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man.
I know that! I won't fail, I swear!
Okay then, talk. We're all listening. Oh, well, let's all have listened to this confession.
Why are we doing? We already brewed, he didn't have the urn, and he's on trial for the urn. Who cares if he's actually Mastermask? The truth is, I've been Mastermask all along. I mean, can't prove that I'm not actually Mastermask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen after all. Donned my costumes that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime.
There's that very specific phrase again, dancingly descended. Atme said that also. Why would they use that phrase specifically?
Look! You can see right there in the photo. That's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off. That's all.
I don't like the direction this trial is taken. This is how every trial goes, at least with me anyway. Ha! You're doing great.
Stop it, Mr. Godo. You're embarrassing me.
Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? But if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. What promise? Is he making backdoor deals like Francesca did? Because that's not okay. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Mastermask. Okay. Just thought of something. So the fact that this crazy kid keeps wanting to insist that he is Mastermask, is this just a thing because his waifu is really into bad boys and crime and that kind of shit, and he's just trying to impress her? Is that what's happening right now? Because if that's what's happening right now, I'm gonna be really mad. Like, why are you wasting my time?
Thanks so much, Mr. Godo. I'll do my best.
Alright, Miss Wright. I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination. Mastermask identity.
The truth is...
Oh wait, sorry, we read that already.
Hold it!
You may think you're the real Mastermask, but your wife thinks you're delusional.
I haven't told Desi yet about my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons.
With the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it? Even these have complicated family situations, I suppose. What should I do? It sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again. Press harder. So, why are you withholding the truth from your wife?
Well, first of all, I don't think she'd believe me anyway. 1 second. He says one thing that he absolutely detests. It's criminals.
Oh, wait. The opposite? I thought she was into bad boys. Or was that just my bias because of her biker thing? Man, I don't remember now because it's been a few days since we did the investigation. Is she a seems to be a very friendly and outgoing lady? I don't know. I don't know. If that's the case, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with? Oh, wait! She likes money. That was her thing. I don't know. It's weird.
Essie is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm a Desi-holic.
So you do have a complicated family situation after all. Is somebody paying him to pretend that he's Mastermask? Is that why he got blackmailed and sent to KB security? Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony. I beg of you. Can't prove that he's not. Does he know about the calling card? I thought you were the one who's going to show us the proof. You know, that you're the real Mastermask and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy.
Hey, no, that's not fair! Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway?
Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim for a change.
Come on, Nick, you know that Mr. Delight couldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already.
Need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be Mastermask.
Well, I guess if we had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we?
For the time being, maybe we need to shift strategy. I should try to show that Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen the urn.
Anyway,
He's saying he doesn't have an alibi, but... Got no alibi? I've been a judge for a long time, and this is the first time I've heard of a defendant brag about having no alibi. And that would be the case.
But I tell you, I was in Lord Taylor's that night. No. That's too vague even for you. To be more precise, I was down in the basement.
Hold on.
What is it, Nick?
Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? If we can prove he had an alibi after all, this case will be a piece of cake.
Well, you're right, but...
Ha! Think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee. Well, I think maybe I can. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi? Yeah, I do. He was busy getting blackmailed. I have the evidence, or do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie? Oh! I've never seen you this angry before. Are we showing spine to the judge? Nice. Not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic. Hey! I thought I was more confident than angry. Well then, let's see this evidence already. Show to this court evidence that proves where your client was on the night of the crime. 1 a.m. Here you go, he's getting blackmailed. Take that! Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct?
That's...
What is it? A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. Blackmail? According to this letter, at 1 o'clock in the morning on the night of the crime, Mr. Ron Delight was ordered to go to the offices of KB Security. 1 o'clock in the morning? Correct. Which is around the time the security camera photo was taken. So the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning. Then that proves he has a watertight alibi.
No!
Furthermore, considering that the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB Security it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car. According to Larry, anyway. Well, Mr. Kodo, you have anything to say? Stop drinking that coffee. This guy drinks a lot of coffee. Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong. You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Kodo. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will. He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school. Mr. Wright, it's true that I received that blackmail letter, but whether or not I actually went there is a whole different story. Sorry if I'm sounding dramatic. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. Ha! That was brilliant. Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all. Stupid kid. Now then, let's see your evidence. Demonstrate to this court that Mr. Delight actually went to the KB security that night. Didn't we have his wallet? I found Alon's wallet. Leads record when used. Ooh, that might come in handy for later. Found in KB security building at around 1 AM on the night of the crime. Yep. There you go, buddy. Got your wallet. Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Yes, it does. I lost it somewhere. Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away. No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you'd lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 AM at KB Security Headquarters. What? Surely you're not serious? Even Phoenix steals shit. Oh, no, you're right. We're all thieves here. There's no murder, there's only thieves. This is a courtroom full of thieves. Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was, in fact, at KB Security that night. No! Huh. This is indeed sad. Romanticists are blind to the reality that lies before them. Huh? What does that mean? Why did Mr. Delight drop his wallet at KB Security? What purpose did it serve? I don't know, he's an idiot. Perhaps it was dropped by his wife to create a false alibi for her dear husband instead. Sorry, but Mr. Delight probably dropped it himself when he went to use this. Keycard to KB Security's CEO's office. Who the heck is the CEO of KB Security? CEO's office? What's wrong? No snappy comebacks? The fact is that Mr. Delight entered the CEO's office at around 1 o'clock that night. Ugh. No, 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 no! Damn, he's chugging that coffee. Order! 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 So, when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense. Objection! What are you objecting to? You may see it as a perfect case, Judge. To me, he's steaming again. Well, let's just say that my Godo blend number 107 impresses me a lot more. Has anybody been keeping track of the coffee blend numbers we've been giving out? Because I want to know if we're just repeating any. What are you trying to say? Say that the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company. But, did you actually investigate the CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Think he's on 7? Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof. I'm not sure what I think of that. Not sure what I think of that? Because I know what I think at least I know what I think of you. Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. It's a 6 cup, haven't been keeping track of the numbers. Maybe I'll go back and watch that later.
You claim the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
We have to call Larry.
7th if you count the one he used at Phoenix. Nice. Nick, I think we're gonna have to track down the CEO guy. No.
I wish that were the case, Maya. I do.
No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite?
There's someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the key card was used at 1 a.m. that night. My friend picked up Ron Delight's wallet while working on the night of the crime. That's the wrong button. I'm an idiot. There we go. Hairy butts.
Who is this useless-looking young man?
Oh, Judge, don't be mean. You don't remember him, Your Honor?
Not exactly. But just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
Damn, that is a harsh thing to say about somebody. It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. Probably blocked out that memory on purpose. So many burns against Larry. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night.
Oh.
The question at hand is this keycard.
Yep, that's the keycard they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. Needed to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when.
As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data. Oh, more coffee. Blah!
Well, Mr. Godo? The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data here. So what does it show? Each keycard has its own serial number, and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime.
Keycard updated in the court record, found in Juan's wallet, used on October 12th, the night of the crime at 1 a.m.
But that means it can't be Mr. Delight just as Mastermask in this photo. Ha! Looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't enough time to brew a good cup of joe.
So then... Did you just go through like 2 cups of coffee in the last couple minutes?
Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security's CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. And therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Mastermask.
Good job, you did it, Nick!
That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man.
Are we gonna deja vu again?
Besmirching him with the title of thief!
What's wrong, Your Honor?
I'm ready to pass judgment. Before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor. I'm good.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight,
not guilty. Yay? I'm really confused, though. This feels like very not satisfying compared to like every other thing we've done.
Court is now adjourned.
There's no, like, we didn't clearly catch the bad guy thing. This is a silly case? Okay. Alright, here we go. October 13th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4.
Nick, you did it! You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy!
Oh, Mr. Light.
I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't even know how I can ever repay you.
Aw, shucks. Thanks, Mr. Light. I just know I'm blushing.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick.
Oh, pearls! I've got a bad feeling about this.
Who's this woman?
Oh, she's nobody. She's just,
You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya?
Pearl slapped us!
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ouch! She slapped me!
Pearly? This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick!
Yes?
Even worse than I thought.
Hey!
Going behind the back of your own client?
Why? Pearls, no! No, you got it all wrong!
I'll never forgive you!
Why are you slapping me? She got the same idea as Larry. No, that's bad. Ow, double slap.
Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? You got the sacred urn back, and the thief has been caught. You're so right, and it's all thanks to Nicky Boy here. But actually, it was you, Mr. Light, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me.
If we won the case, why does this guy still look so glum?
But I'm so safe. Actually, what's the point? What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is...
Come on, give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Amigo? Mr. Goto, what are you doing here? Oh, come on, I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite. Why are you smiling at me like that? Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime's over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered.
Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before?
Why is the CEO dead? And our client was probably the last person to see him.
Hey, look, we found the murder.
You know, that was too easy. Something about this felt really weird the entire time. It's because they tricked us. We've been bamboozled. Going back to the murder cases. You may have forgot that there was a murder.
Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, body?
The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. Ah, shit. 1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean... That's right, amigo. The same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Because we just proved that our client was there at that time. Ah! Shit! Oh, come on, you figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Oh my god. I've been bamboozled! Helped me out? What? On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Rhonda Light was in the CEO's office, scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with utter rage.
What are you saying? Imbued with rage?
Come on, don't tell me you don't know. Rhonda Light was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KB Security? Yeah, we knew that. Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi.
No way!
Can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No, that's a lie! Can't be true.
I still don't know how to feel about how I want to do her voice. I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it.
But I'm the thief, I tell you!
Is this why he was so insistent on being the thief? I don't know. Rhonda Light, you're going back to prison again. This time, the charge is much more serious. This time, you'll be tried for murder. What? This can't... It's impossible. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward.
Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two?
Do I know him? I returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Who the hell are you? At least let me have some fun while I'm here. This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. You love this man? Who is he? Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight. Yeah, what do you mean by return? Who are you?
Nick, how could this be happening?
Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. Shit! And the one who established his presence at the scene. It's me.
Ronnie!
Arrested for murder on the same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? To be continued. We thought we were getting an easy non-murder case, but here we are. We have been bamboozled. I do need to start doing something else soon. I have a 14 obligation to do some Heaven on High tonight. Hold on, let me check some messages. Give me just a sec. Okay. Okay. Let's at least do a little bit of the investigation. We'll go for a little bit, and then we'll have to continue this another day. But we go a little bit into this. Should be fine. Yeah, what the heck does he mean by returned? October 13th, 3:02 p.m. Wright & Company Law Offices.
You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again.
Now, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred.
No way, Jose, I don't buy it. I don't want to prove that Mr. Delight was there. It was Mr. Nick himself. At least from what I can understand.
Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Shit. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB Security murder?
I think I'm gonna head back to Queen Village for a little while, if that's alright.
Sure, but why?
I'm gonna bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think it'll go with...
No.
No, Mr. Kamaya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness.
Pearl ships us so hard. Pearl's is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Sacred urn given to Pearls.
Now I remember. No fighting, okay?
She's gone.
Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation.
Wait. Gotta check Charlie. Charlie, a quite decorative plant. When she was alive, Mia really loved it. She even went so far as to make it our mascot. No matter how busy I get, I never forget to water this little fella. Always check Charlie. Alright, what to do? What do we do now? Isn't it obvious? We should get out there and investigate the murder. Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located.
Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles.
Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you?
I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy.
Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Miss Delight.
Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center, too.
Sacred Urn? You must be relieved we got the Sacred Urn back, huh?
You bet! But there's something a little different about it. Don't question mark at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Ami like it always used to.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Plus, the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before.
Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Ami's name into I am. Oh, pearls. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it.
Is it possible that urn is a fake?
No. I'm sure Pearls will find out soon enough once she gets back to Crane Village.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Crane Village in a long time. How are things back at the village? So I guess people still go to Crane Village to do their training, right?
Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training.
So how's your training going? So why haven't you been training lately, Maya?
Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that.
Channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is.
If you're gonna train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen.
So what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in her village happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the crane technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? Yeah, she was framed.
Suppose not, but guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all.
Sounds like being the master of Karain is going to be a heavy responsibility. I must show everybody my badge.
So you still got that badge, I see.
Well, I'm a lawyer, aren't I?
Yeah, but I guess I just didn't think you'd keep on being one for this long.
Hey!
You have to admit, you've had some close brushes with death because of your job.
I fail to see how being a lawyer is more dangerous than channeling dead people. He did encounter the Yakuza? We did, didn't we? What do you think of Godo?
Say, Nick, what do you think of that thing attached to his faces anyway?
I have no idea. Don't ask me.
Why not? You know him, don't you?
I've never met that guy before in my life! And believe me, he's not exactly forgettable.
Yeah, but at the trial today he said...
So we finally meet, Mr. Phoenix Trite. I returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. You're right about one thing. He sure acts like he knows me. Who the hell is this guy?
Hey, Nick, I was just thinking. Maybe you should try to stop making people you've never met into your enemies.
Trust me, I'd like to stop doing that too. My poor body can only take so much. Hot coffee hurts. Who is that guy anyway, and what's the story? I wonder if I'll ever find out. Okay. I'd like to go to the detention center and talk to our client. October 13th, detention center visitors room. I already told you! It's not me! Sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. Yeah, we don't have enough time as it is. Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, but now they got a murder case on their hands. Guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge, too. Come on, we'll just have to come back later. Okay, let's go check out some other place, Nick. Damn, okay. We'll do one place. Let's go to the Mass Hideout, apparently. October 13th, Mastermask Hideout. Oh, Nicky boy! Maya! Miss Delight? All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help my Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I had no idea Miss Delight was had such a vulnerable side. Now, let's talk to her about Ron. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him snapping and screaming, "Please die!" He would never say that. Anyway, Miss Delight, he might not be a killer. He's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Miss Delight, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief! Ha! The very idea! I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? For you? Right about Detective Atney. I hate this kind of people more than anything. Mean Ace Detectives? No, I'm fine with Ace Detectives. Oh, so then you must mean these. No, they're alright too. I just hate these that pretend to be Ace Detectives. That's oddly specific. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to Detective Atney's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real Mastermask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah? And Detective Atney knew more about Mastermask than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions? That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. The secretary said the Ace Detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout. That bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too. It's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Alright, let's ask about the security office. Miss Delight, do you know about KB security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today,
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Rhonda Light was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard.
Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore.
Looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away by motorcycle, that is.
Larry told me it takes 20 minutes by, or it's 30 minutes by car.
Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike.
Make it to KB Security that fast? Are you sure you weren't literally flying?
Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now?
No, I'll pass, thanks. Well, why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves?
What a scaredy cat you are, Nick.
Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security.
Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick.
How about the love at first sight thing?
So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but my Ronnie saved my life.
Saved your life?
I was at work one day when 2 robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a little ball in the corner, so I fought back.
Robbers?
Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears.
Yeah, I would too if that were in that situation. Why is she smiling when she says that? That's weird.
Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly! I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those 2 knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces.
They look horrified at him. This is a funny picture.
Please, stop it! He screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale.
That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people.
Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the 2 robbers. All by himself. He came to save me. A total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look like it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did.
That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess.
Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage.
With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. Yep, I mean, we don't really need anything else from her. But, I think this is a good point to stop for right now. I'm gonna get ready to do some Heaven on High in 14. But we are definitely gonna play more of this later this week. Although I think earlier in the week I'm gonna see if I can snag Darjeeling Link so we can continue on with It Takes Two. And there's also a bunch of like other new really cool indie games that I recently got that I'd love to try out sometime on stream. So, but we are gonna do more of this soon. When exactly, I don't know, but soon. So for now, we'll call it a pause. Let me see. Who's still streaming? Who's on right now? None of my friends are streaming. Okay. Alright, we will just end it here for now. We'll pick it up next time and continue the investigation. But for now, I hope you all have a good rest of your night, and we will catch y'all soon. Oh yeah, wait, one other thing I forgot to say. I don't know exactly when. We'll do hopefully some D&D streams soon. I was just talking with Dr. Lupon the other day about us setting up, getting that all set up, so we were talking yesterday about our session 0, so we did that. Hopefully D&D soon too. Things for the future, it'll be fun. Anyway, have a good night everybody, thanks for tuning in, hope you enjoyed. And I hope to see you all again next time for hopefully It Takes Two, if not one of the indie games. I will see you all then. Have a good night, have a good rest of your weekend, and bye!